Well, hello there, Miss Sunshine.
Hello.
Sunshine and yeah.
Good morning. Listen, it's always sunny anywhere. It's always sunny somewhere, you know. The sun woke up already. I'm sure somewhere right now is midday. So I am wearing my shades in honor of midday and somewhere else.
Wait, in honor of who? Midday?
In honor of midday. It's sunny somewhere.
Mes amis, j'ai dit comme chercher une lunette pour honorer midday. Mes amis, quand on lunette, pas lunette à petit. Sorry, bug eyes, all of it. She's doing it for us. Well, everybody, welcome to the show from wherever it is that you are watching, East Coast, South, West Coast, all of you guys.
Up coast, all the coast.
Yeah, so we say welcome, and don't forget, of course, as usual, to like, subscribe, and share, and definitely comment. Okay, so we are in the month of June. A lot is going on in June. For one, school is out. Summer is official.
Prom season and graduation season.
Airline tickets going up. It's an expensive month to travel. It never fails.
Yes, because now everybody and their mama just want to take vacations.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys are.
Mama also include me.
Right. Well, I hope you guys are definitely enjoying your summer. If you have vacation plans, definitely be safe. I know that gas prices are on the rise. Everything is on the rise, really. So, but definitely have a safe summer, because 2 summers ago, we had the pandemic. We had no summer. So at least enjoy it for the time being and be safe on it. So with that being said, without further ado, welcome again to the show. And I am here with Lady D3, who's about to get things started.
Hi guys, hello. Well,
hello.
Miss D and herself and her glory and everything like that. You see the hair and everything. I mean, what they call?
My little turban. I don't know. I'm such a huge fan of these things.
Of these turbans.
I'm like, this point, wigs and stuff. I mean, I do that too, but this is the best go-to.
At this point, I think you're in the wrong country. We need to take you to a different country right now. I don't think you belong to us.
You know. But anyway, shout out to me too. Huh?
Yes. As long as it's not the Sultan from Aladdin, please. Thank you very, very much. No, thank you.
I'll probably just take Aladdin. I'm in Miami. Take Aladdin. So D3, what do we have on the board today? Did I say shout out to D2? I think I did. Shout out to D2 behind the scenes.
Shout out to D2 behind the scenes. Thank you for all that you do. We appreciate the headaches you give us on a regular basis.
Exactly, on a regular basis, people. You don't even know. So we all have migraines. We take medication, but with love.
Listen, at this point, like, I need a Tylenol, an Advil, an Excedrin, a Motrin.
Forget that. I need opiate. I need morphine. I need the real stuff. But anyways, take it away for us. What are we talking about today with our folks?
Hello. So guys, as you know, the month of June is a very busy month. It's a very informative month. It's a month that they celebrate a lot of things. And of course, we know the main 2 things that do usually happen in June are Pride Month and Juneteenth. So on the other hand, a lot of the other things that are happening this month tend to get overshadowed by those 2 major events. So we decided to bring awareness to those things instead, the things that gets overshadowed but are also important. Like we have Alzheimer's and brain awareness. We also have what is it personal wellness? Hold on, professional wellness month. And then, of course, if you're from the Caribbean, it's Caribbean American Heritage Month. Hello. Like, listen, they started from February with, Black Lives, everything. Black History Month. Then, we went afterwards. It was Haitian Month, and then.
Oh, you missed March. That was Women's Month.
Women, look at that. Look, we just have like
the whole half of the year.
Exactly. Like the first half we always have, the second half is for other people. But we're gonna start off and kick off today with Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. As we all know, the brain is a complex organ in the body. It controls it controls our thoughts, our memories. It controls all parts of our bodies, well, most parts of our bodies. And basically, the brain, you know, when they say your brain dead, 9 times out of 10, you can't do anything because your brain is dead. So therefore, we understand how important that is to have and to keep your brain healthy, sane, and, you know, and of course, we want to bring awareness to that because, you know, the brain is something very serious. So Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month is observed in June, and it's an opportunity to spread the word and discuss Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. So throughout the month, Alzheimer's Association encourages people around the globe to support the movement by wearing purple and training their brains to fight the disease. So that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, I should have worn purple this morning in celebration of
purple this morning. That's why my shades are purple, but you can't see it because the
I can't see it. It looks black.
Yeah, it looks black because the colors are messed up, but the shades are purple.
I got nothing purple around to represent. Yeah, I did look up into especially dementia. What you said about brain is very serious. That's why if we can pull ourselves from stressing, you know, stressing the brain itself and the way we see things, that will help a lot. So we always encourage people, or the health advisors always encourage people to make sure you exercise, you know, like check in with yourself, check in with your doctor. And for the religious people, check in with God, you know, so that you could keep yourself healthy from top to bottom, because if the top is screwed, basically you cannot even function. I was reading about Alzheimer's, actually. I want to give this quick fun fact that you guys may not even know, because, you know, everything we do, we're trying to bring it into the Caribbean Central people, like especially us Haitians. So I read that, it says, according to the latest WHO data published in 2020, Alzheimer's and dementia deaths in Haiti reached 955, or 1.09% of total deaths. So this is very prevalent in Haiti, even though the number is small. But let me continue. The age-adjusted death rate is 15.14 per 100,000 of population rates. Haiti is number 132 in the world with people dying of dementia. And you know, in Haiti, I don't know about now, but when I was growing up in Haiti, we did not have a psychological system that would let you know that this person has dementia, so to speak. You know, like we're not diagnosed. Maybe that's the right word I'm looking for. We're not necessarily diagnosed with dementia. It's more so Japan, or, you know, so it's kind of crazy. But dementia, I find out, is something that's a gradual disease, and it's not necessarily just one thing once you start with dementia. But they were saying ways that you could start seeing you are about to, like, I don't want to say lose it, but you are about to not be so, remember, like you become forgetful. Basically, you become forgetful. You start forgetting the little things. Where did you put your keys? I'm like, but I was reading about it. I'm like, wait, do I have dementia because all this stuff's happening to me? But it's on a different scale. You know, like we all forget where we put something sometimes, or forget dates, or we forget somebody's name. But these other people, they have it on a different level, like Parkinson's disease. There's a lot of other diseases related to it. And so I'm just thinking, like, wow, a lot of stuff we don't really know, we think is normal, or we think it's with age, or maybe the environment or the medications you're taking that is some type of side effects. But if you pay attention to yourself slowly but surely, you know, you'll see the people that you may know that's forgetful. But that type of scenario or situation gets worse as time goes on. And the people who are suffering from dementia, they become loners, so to speak, because a lot of them don't want to go out in public anymore. Maybe they think
Sometimes dangerous. It all depends.
very dangerous. I don't know if you know about Michael J. Fox, the actor. He was basically saying that he doesn't want to act anymore because he was forgetting lines, you know, like you don't remember how to do things anymore. So it's just crazy. So I don't know how much his Parkinson's is into dementia, but it's not that far at all.
Gotcha. So in terms of like having Alzheimer's, right? How do you think, like, I know, okay, so we all know that it affects families. We all know that it affects, you know, people's day-to-day lives, because if you have a, like, let's say you have a parent that has Alzheimer's, you have to, you know, if you're a caring child, like, or a caring, what they call it?
Karen? Oh, I thought you said
no,
Karen.
no, like if you're a caring, you know, son or daughter, like you definitely want to make sure that, you know, your parents are okay. Like in this case, like what do you think? And again, we are not like we are not doctors. We are not well, I am.
Yes, thank you for that disclaimer. Please, people, we are not health advisors.
Like, don't get me wrong, people, I graduated with my psychology degree, but I'm not a psychiatrist yet. So therefore, I cannot say anything else to people, okay? But we are just talking about it, so don't mind us, but mind us at the same time. So how do you think that, you know, let's say in your case, for example, if you had someone that had Alzheimer's, how do you think it would affect your daily, your personal life? And, you know, what would you do? And do you even know someone in your family that has Alzheimer's or something close to it?
I don't know anybody in my family, but I did have a professor who died of that. The reason why he actually died, which was very sad, is that he forgot how to swallow. So they were doing therapy with him to remind him, you know, like, what's that word? Physical therapy with him to remember, but he couldn't remember how to swallow, so he could not eat, and therefore he passed. So his sister has been in touch with us ever since, trying to bring awareness to the disease and doing funding, trying to, you know, like let people know like this stuff is serious. It's not just people forget where they place their keys. It goes on because some people forget to even bathe, you know, so they start stinking up because you're not thinking about that stuff, you know? So it's very serious. Fortunately for me, I don't have any family members who have it, but I would think that it would require a lot of patience, right? To trying to deal with that. Like if you know they had an appointment, then they forget it, or they know you were coming to pick them up, but then they forgot. So at some point you'll get flustered. It could even feel overwhelming, but you'll try not to be frustrated to that loved one because you understand the case. But that's only after the person is diagnosed and you know that's what it is. But prior to even figuring out that's what it is, you'll probably start cursing the person out. You know, some Haitian people are very impatient. They'll be like, oh my God, you know, like I think it is a lot of loving, patience, care to actually deal with someone with Alzheimer's. What about you? Do you know anyone who has that?
So it's starting to, one member of my family is my grandfather. Like it's like it's starting to dawn on us that he might have it. It's that he hasn't been diagnosed with it yet, thank God. But it's because he's starting to say things and we're looking at him like
yeah, that's the most prevalent part, where they start repeating themselves. Like, did you just tell me the story?
Did you just say, right? Didn't you just say that? And on top of that, he, you know, forgets a lot of things or whatever. But then also, it's so weird because at the same token, he remembers money like it's nobody's business. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it, Mr. Hustler. But you know, like even us dealing with it, like I think we try to, of course, you know, be supportive and everything, but if we tie this back to the Haitian culture, since we are Haitian American, that we would like, I think we just look at it as like, oh, it's old age and you know, this, that, and the third. Like, I don't think we're coming to terms to accepting it. And that's another thing with our Haitian culture. Like, we don't really accept mental illnesses or well,
That's facts. That's facts. We really don't. And I just wanted to point out that too. In my reading, dementia is affected by at least people around 65 and older. Is your person around that age?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Like 7 years.
Yeah. And I also find out too that Japan is the one country that has the lowest rate.
First of all,
yes.
Asia itself has like a really high healthy like rate, and I'm just looking at them like I need to move to like
we're in the wrong country, girl. We're in the wrong country, and I find that these countries are the countries that has the most or highest rate of dementia. Of course, us in the United States. Then you have Finland, Canada, Iceland, Sweden, Switzerland, Norway, Denmark, Netherlands, and Belgium. I'm like, oh, tout pays blanc. Because I was waiting for Africa to show up on that list. I don't see Africa, you know, like they missed that whole continent.
Right, but why do you think that is? Like, why do you think that these are the countries, or what, these are like, what, northern countries?
If they are what countries?
Northern, like, wait, is it?
Well, cold, I would say cold countries.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any relation to that, but at the end of the day, I was just like, well, if you're in the United States, there's a good chance you just might get it. But if you're like in another country like Africa, maybe that's not really out there. So I don't know. But
or is it in Africa? We just don't know.
Well, whoever made this list, I got it from the statistics of it's for the United States and worldwide.
Okay.
So they
know what they're talking about.
Maybe we'll have to do a different kind of a research to find out. But hopefully your person gets better and you guys will, you know, I don't have the tips to give.
We're starting to we're starting to learn to live with it. And I think like it's starting to open our eyes to like, because people, again, when I went to school for psychology, a lot of people was like, why are you trying to understand? Because you guys are not trying to understand that there are more illnesses than just job in Haiti, okay?
Exactly.
So therefore, like, you know, we all got to really know, we have to really research and find out, or, you know, learn these type of mental illnesses and not just categorize them as job majo, because, you know, sometimes it's not always the case.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that's what it does.
Yeah, I was gonna say, basically, they just tell you to keep a healthy, balanced diet, exercise, maintain a healthy weight, stop smoking, stop alcohol. And speaking of all these, keeping your body at a healthy level, it is Professional Wellness Month. So
before we go into Professional Awareness Month, I did want to give about 5 facts about Alzheimer's that people might not know.
Yes, so please share.
So number one, so there's about an estimated 47 million people around the world that's living with Alzheimer's today. And this number is expected to go to 76 million by 2030.
Wow.
And then every 65 seconds, a person developed Alzheimer's disease in the US. Another one is more than 60 million people take care of family or friends with Alzheimer's, and it's without pay. So it costs. It definitely costs, you know, because sometimes you have to take time off and everything like that. So it can be a pretty expensive thing that you have to take care of. And in the US, Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death, and 6.2 million of those living with Alzheimer's are over 65, of course.
Yeah.
And it is 1 out of 3 deaths. Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is 1 out of 3 deaths. So
that's a lot.
I know. But first, before we move on to the next part.
Well, I wanted to throw my little facts.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's not really facts. I just want to give some numbers to show that the way Alzheimer's is operating, African American are like the leading ones, followed by the Hispanics, and then of course the whites, and then after that you have the non-Hispanics, and then you have the natives. I don't see, well, Asian. So Black, white, Black, Hispanic, white, non-Hispanic, white, Pacific Islanders, and Asians. That's the numbers. Well, I didn't give the numbers, but that's the order.
That's the order. Got it. But if you want to observe Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, guys, National Today is letting us know that we can donate time and money to an Alzheimer's organization.
Do you have any Haitians who are doing awareness on that you know of? Because I don't think, I
don't think they take part in stuff like that, to be honest with you. I tell you, we don't recognize, we don't acknowledge it. So because we don't, I don't think we really do anything to, to bring awareness to it.
Wow.
Number two.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Number two, we can take part in seminars. So there's a lot of communities around the world that are doing seminars just to bring awareness to it. Because if you are living in the world, we're bound to get old. And because we're bound to get old, things are bound to go wrong because we are not here forever. And if we also learn ourselves, like we can better, like us preparing ourselves, for whatever might happen in the future, also will help us understand the disease, understand how to take on the disease, how to take on someone that has the disease, and and be able to contribute to the fight of Alzheimer's. And number three, they advise us to wear purple and join the social media campaign and Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. So this month, you're technically supposed to wear purple as a commemoration of that. So, guys, this
was good stuff to bring to our attention because, again, that's not something I would just casually go into. So I'm hoping, our audience, if they know anyone who has it, they could share some highlights of what they did. How did they figure out that that's what it was? Like we want some tips because I think a lot of us don't really go to the doctors like that, especially the older Haitians. They don't like doctors. So they're always in denial. They'll never admit that they probably have a memory problem or so I think those stuff would definitely help to bring it to our people's attention.
That's
true. Thank you for sharing that.
That is so true. But guys, moving on to other awareness that we're trying to bring is also Professional Wellness Month. A lot of us are working. Some people are working 2 jobs. Some people are working 3. Some people are working 1. It's still stressful. So this month is also Professional Wellness Month. And we also know that it's important because it's important that there's a healthy connection between the people and their work environment, because that also is a correlation between how good the job, like how good performance at the job is, and also how sane a person can stay. So,
and a lot of jobs are very overwhelming where you need to take that mental break, that Professional Wellness Month, and take it to your advantage, use it to your advantage. I've never heard of any Haitians talk about this stuff. I didn't even know there was such a month. To be honest, this is my first time hearing about a Professional Wellness Month, which basically means it's for work.
It's for work, yeah.
Take care of yourself. Yeah. But a lot of jobs are incorporating that into their work.
Yes, I would say that because when I used to work before, I was working at a call center, and they actually had what they call it, a nap room. Actually, they had a nap room that you can get off the phone and you can go to this nap room. I've never used it though. I wish I did. But you go to the nap room and literally you take like 15 minutes to yourself. Like you just get off the phone and say you're going to the nap room. And then you go there, you just relax. It's like a room, like super quiet, dim light, and books, a lot of books in there. And then you just get to sit in there, listen to music, relax. You have to stay quiet and stuff like that. But it's just like a moment for you to just like gather your thoughts and everything. So I believe that there are more businesses that are incorporating, like incorporating like nap rooms, incorporating having a psychologist or someone on board, like a therapist on board.
Companies are getting smarter now because they want to maintain employee retention. So they have to come up with ways to make sure that they check in with the employees by either doing surveys, figuring out who has burnouts, who's, overwhelmed and things like that. I know a lot of companies are doing like Weight Watchers. They do outside activities, like recreational stuff, volleyball, softball, and things like that, especially after the pandemic. I think this is very necessary. A lot of people were working from home and some people cannot do the outside of the office environment. So that was another way of checking in and making sure that there's ways to still do things virtually. I know some people were doing virtual walks. I'm like, how do you do a virtual walk? But, they do it by you just download an app and then you walk and then you submit that. That's another way. A lot of places are doing like yoga, live yogas, even Zumba, So it's a lot of ways to show your employee that you care and you embedding that into your benefits program. It's like a separate package, but all employees can participate. They can join in this fight to maintain a work-life balance. So I think it's a good thing, but I also don't feel like they should just do it for 1 month. I know a lot of works that give you like discounts for gyms. If you join a gym, they'll reimburse you. So I think there's stuff out there, but some people could be working in a company for years and don't even know that these things exist. So when I tell all the Haitians out here, Almande boss la, wap ka joun free gym. Oh yeah?
No, I think the Haitians are probably gonna be like, but when you're going to have Almande boss la, est-ce que c'est ça? But when you're like, where's your fire in the pay?
Well, see, that's the problem. That's what we're telling you. Give up fire. Ça c'est moi-même.
Et moi place pour même pour que vous comprenez et take care nous parce que sous pas take care travail là.
Vous comprenez, c'est pas même qu'à dormir bien. A lot of people don't have great work patterns parce que you're something overtime ça, you get a lot.
I know a lot. We're not moving a lot here because I've dormi, they're volant. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen videos where people literally were falling asleep on the road and then, or they had like a mental breakdown on the road. Like, so all of those things, like, don't give, I think, what was it? Was it in 19, just one second. It was in 1817 that there was Robert Marcus Owen. He had proposed an 8-hour workday to protect the well-being of the workforce. So if this man proposed that we have an 8-hour workday, like some people are having 16, some people are doing like overtime on top of overtime.
That's what I was saying. Some jobs you have no choice. There are some jobs that are very relaxing. You don't do anything. But there are some other jobs you don't get that 1 second to even breathe. Like it's cases of workload after workload. Like it doesn't stop. It's like this abyss that never fills up.
That's true. And I always tell people, I don't care who you are, that if you were to fall today, they would either just call your family and tell your family that you have passed away, or matter of fact, if your family just call your job and tell them that you passed away, they would just be like, we're so sorry. They'll make an announcement at work. They'll call the people that are closest to you or whatever and just be like, well, we just want to, take a moment of silence for this person. And by the third day, they already hired somebody to replace you. So when mental awareness, your well-being is very important. Like it's not, it doesn't matter about the money come and go. If you die today, the money will stay. You are a vessel. You are important.
You are important. Let me emphasize that again.
You are very important. You are a vessel that is going to pour into others. And if you are tired, if you are empty, or if you are, if you don't have enough yourself, how can you give to others? How can you give to your job? How can you give to your family? So take care of yourself when you're at work. If your body can't do it, don't force it. I understand the economy.
Don't force it, but there is that fear, like you said, that they're going to lose their job. So they work through it. They figure that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be that strong, but not really. You need
to take some time for yourself.
That's why they give you vacation time. When you're at the I'll take your shift. Let me take your shift. But you gotta take that time out. Robert Marcus, that's the name, right? Robert Marcus came up with the 8-hour work day. I want somebody to come up with that 4-day, excuse me, with that 4-day work day.
We're still waiting for that one.
A 3-day weekend. Like, I promise you, just stress stop fini. A 3-day weekend, you never have to like act like you're sick just so you could take some time off for that vacation.
Yeah, because you know you got
a whole weekend to recover. I think that's what it is. Yeah, we don't want to do the modern slavery. So slowly but surely, people are coming into their senses and they're figuring out, like, I have this great employee. He's well skilled. She's formidable, but the workload is so much that we're losing them. We're losing them.
That's true. That
basically. So now, like we were saying, this month, go ask your boss for extras, because I think they even have some jobs, I guess maybe the higher paying jobs have a number where you can call if you are stressed. You could speak with someone.
Yes.
You know, you could vent, you could let it out, you could find recommendation, great resources.
And it's anonymous too, so they don't need to know who it is. They just give you, you know, advice. They talk to you, and you know, after that, you go about your day.
Yeah, and even if your job doesn't have a wellness program, you incorporate one into your daily life. Sometimes it's very hard because you lack the motivation, but you could try to buddy up. You know, I used to do 5K runs all the time. That was my thing, but now I can't even run like down this block. So things happen too, you know, but at the same time, it doesn't mean to leave the healthy part behind, because that's like the fuel that's going to put you in that path to know that you can do better, you can be greater. So by taking care of yourself, people respect people who take care of themselves. Like, I know I have great respect for all these 6-packs I see out there. I'm like, wow. That's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of dedication. You know, you look great. You look amazing. But, you know, that's because they're checking in. They're making sure, you know, they're mentally fit, physically fit. That way you're a little bit more prepared to handle a lot of things that comes your way. And the workload, the job, you may be an even better worker because, one, the job's paying for your gym. Some jobs give you free coffee, free meals, you know. Take advantage of these things. Don't be like, my bag on your what?
Period. Take advantage. That is so true. That is the key.
Get your reimbursements. Free gym. So I get gym too, quand fait marché.
Yes.
Monter quelques escaliers just for moving. If you move your body, you good. You don't have to be one of those professionals that's
Yes, take some stress off of yourself. That's definitely important.
Yeah. Well, I am so glad you brought up these wellness awareness to our people today, me, myself included. So this was very informative, very, I don't know, just sticking it in, because I've been needing to get motivated myself. So guys, I'm with you. I'm not, you know, like, we all need this. The Alzheimer's, the tips, wellness, excuse me. What you guys got going on? You know, where can I go volunteer to do something? Because a lot of times that helps you too, to motivate you, because you could be helping somebody build a house, or you could be helping some kids in school. You know, they have different things. So look into that.
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely have different things. So
well, we are running out of time.
Yes, we are. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it is more than just Pride Month. It is more than just Juneteenth, which we are going to talk about. And Caribbean American, will keep that for our next episode. But we are going to talk about them. It's just right now, the most important thing is the things that people are neglecting, and we want to bring light to that.
And especially that it's summer. They may be home alone too, especially the people with Alzheimer's, because everybody's doing vacationing and everything. So check on your people. Check on your loved ones, especially if you know they are elderly.
Yes.
You know, and could be living by themselves, or you have already think that they might have the disease. So have conversations, you know, talk about the Bible, ask questions just so you could do your own self-analysis and see, you know? So check.
Definitely, definitely guys. Take that as advice, okay? Because
and of course the job part, take that importantly too, because you do need the work-life balance, and this is why wellness is highly promoted. Because if your kids are driving you wild at home, your husband's driving you wild, school, work, whatever issues you may be having, if there's no balance, you may fall. So we don't want that.
Or you could do what the TikTok video said. The doctor told you to let all your stress out. Just open the door and just bring all the people that are stressing you out in your job, just kick them out the door. Like it was that one TikTok. It was that one TikTok video. It's like the doctor told
That's what the doctor told them. And like that, you improve your overall quality of life. Bam. Right?
Yes. So well, make sure you guys take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. And then until next time, we want you to still stick around. So be healthy, be proud, and
be inspired.
That's what we do, inspired to influence. So thank you for joining Eye to Eye today. And
thank you guys. Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Bye, my peoples.
Bye.